It's time to get your news on. This broadcast is in text, audio and video and is accessed on wia.org.au.
Yes, it certainly is. It's the national news for week commencing December 15, 2024. In our 29th year of non-stop news. Just remember, over the Christmas break, this news service keeps on giving. And this week, we'll hear from Alara President Michelle VK2YL, WIA Contest Committee spokesperson Alan VK4SN, WIA VHF UHF Contest Manager Roger VK2ZRH, and WIA Director Giles VK5GK. Now wait, there is more, much more, in this edition of news from the WIA. I'm Editor Graham, VK4BB.
This is WIA Director Giles Kirby, VK5 Golf Kilo, and this is the Director's Comment. We have a few much-needed projects underway. We've engaged a web design service to work with us in updating the WIA website. We hope to have something to showcase in the May 2025 AGM. We're aiming for improved navigation, a cleaner look, whilst retaining our heritage. We've also made some changes to the membership renewal process to hopefully make things easier for members, a little more automation and better reminders. We're always trying to improve things and welcome feedback. Best wishes from the Board of Directors. This is Giles Kirby, VK5 Golf Kilo, 73s.
Thanks, Giles. Now, the 2025 AGM you referred to, well, I have seen on some social groups, though nothing official through from the WIA, seems that the AGM will be held by Barek in Bendigo. Well, the Barek logo is on a particular Facebook picture. Now it's to the President of Alara, Michelle VK2YL. Then we'll hear from Alan VK4SN on behalf of the WIA Contest Committee. But first, beating an ACMA loophole. It appears with no proper certification documents from the ACMA needed if we wish to operate overseas. Getting operating overseas can be daunting. However, several already licensed hams now have a much needed document. How? By applying for and paying for a new or a second call sign certificate. Do that and, hey presto, you'll get the paperwork necessary. Several have asked, why doesn't ACMA provide existing calls with that very same certificate? Well, it seems ACMA won't publicly state why they can't produce the document for existing amateurs. They continue to argue what has been provided is adequate. The amateur service continues to argue otherwise on the socials.
Alara, the Australian Ladies Amateur Radio Association, is turning 50 in 2025. To celebrate, we are collecting photos of our members, past and present, along with their radio equipment. Photos of Alara members and their equipment, such as operating in the field or a contest, younger members, participating in events like JOTA, or even those that have received one of our grants, can send them along to our email address president@alara.org.au. Also, don't forget to tune in for the Alara broadcast on the 22nd of December. This is Michelle, VK2AYL.
Hi, this is Alan, VK4 Sierra November, on behalf of the WIA Contest Committee. Many discussions have taken place over the last few months regarding the log checking of the VHF UHF Field Day contest. Several reasons have set back log checking, and it's now way out of hand, with the last contest scored being the 2022 spring event. That's 6 contests behind. This delay is also stopping the contest champion results. Here at vklogchecker.com, we're in the process of adding the VHF UHF contest to the fold. By doing this, users can upload logs and managers can instantly get results and statistics, as we have done with other WIA contests over the last 8 years. But this comes with a catch. VKCL logger cannot be used for the VHF UHF contest, as it cannot produce the file required needed by the site. The log checker site is the latest in log checking and conforms to international log checking guidelines and Cabrillo file submissions. M1MM Logger is now the logger to use. Many people have been testing the user-defined contest plugin over the last few weeks. Feedback from these people have sorted any shortfalls, and the UDC is finished and ready for use. Favourable comments have been reported from VHF contesters and clubs alike. The UDC and M1MM setup PDF file is available from the link in the text edition of this news. So don't delay, get the required files downloaded and installed and have a play. Following the PDF step by step, you'll find you'll have success. As others have found out, it's pretty easy. Trying to use other loggers and convert logs is a huge waste of time, as is ADIF to Cabrillo converters, as they do not contain the required information for each QSO. Season's greetings and best 73s. This is Alan, VK4, Sierra November.
From here, there and everywhere, you've tuned to the Wireless Institute of Australia's national news service. We are VK1WIA. Now with international news, Jason, VK2LAW.
Hello. It is with great sorrow that we announce the passing of Gaston Bertels, Oscar November 4 Whiskey Foxtrot. Gaston died early December 3. He was aged 97. Gaston was recently given the title Elder Statesman by the Aris International team. This honour was given because of his monumental role in the formation and operation of the Aris team. He wrote the Aris Terms of Reference and participated in numerous discussions over the years on how to run a cohesive, results-oriented international team. His in-depth knowledge of amateur radio rules and regulations, particularly his knowledge of licensing and third-party traffic, enabled Aris to develop an operations plan that could support human spaceflight amateur radio operations across the world. His knowledge of radio telecommunications was respected in Europe and elsewhere, allowing him to give presentations on amateur radio in space to members of the European Parliament. His personality radiated an inviting aura to all. He has been a friend, a leader, and an inspiration to all who delve into amateur radio in space. Oscar November 4 Whiskey Foxtrot Silent Key. The Brunei Darussalam Amateur Radio Association, BDARA, held a roadshow recently in Kampong Sungai Mu during the recreational camping program. Organised by the Village Consultative Council, the roadshow aimed to disseminate information to the villagers on amateur radio, with displays on amateur radio equipment used to communicate with radio friends across the world. 10 BDARA members joined the camping activity at the village's recreational park. Minister at the Prime Minister's office and Minister of Defence Major General retired Dato Yusof was the guest of honour, as reported in the Borneo Bulletin newspaper. $41,000 plus US dollars raised by donors, YouTubers, for the ARRL Teachers Institute. The YouTube telethon to raise money for the ARRL Teachers Institute on wireless technology was a resounding success. More than $21,000 was contributed during the live stream, which unlocked another $20,000 that donors had set out as a challenge gift. ARRL Director of Development Kevin Beale, Kilo 8 Echo Alpha Lima, says that upped the ante. It's quite clear that even with the generosity of the donors in attendance, the challenge gift really pushed everyone until the end to meet that goal. There were over 430 gifts made, and the most frequent was $20, just over 31 Australian dollars. The event, hosted by YouTuber Josh Nass, Kilo India 6 November Alpha Zulu, on his popular ham radio crash course channel, drew thousands of views. US President-elect Donald Trump has announced his plan to nominate Jared Isaacman as the next NASA administrator. Isaacman has flown in space twice as a private astronaut aboard SpaceX Inspiration 4 mission and on board the Polaris Dawn mission this past September, where he became the first private citizen to perform a spacewalk. And whilst in space, the Artemis 2 mission, scheduled to carry astronauts around the moon, has been delayed to early 2026. And the Artemis 3 mission, the first moon landing of the Artemis program, has been delayed to 2027. During November, the RSGB used its Photo Friday feature on social media to highlight construction and practical skills. Those attuned to RSGB socials would know they ask for photos all through November each year to help highlight the UK ham radio scene. Photos included everything from construction clubs for newcomers to ground satellite repairs at university clubs. Another RSGB initiative helping foster activity will be their 2025 construction competition. There are 6 categories, including a new outreach category that gives entrants the opportunity to create a project that can be reproduced in a school or public environment. Whether a seasoned constructor used to building your own projects or a beginner looking to take the first steps in amateur radio construction, the RSGB would love to hear from you. Members can visit the RSGB website for full details of the competition. For VK1 WIA National News, in Sydney, I'm Jason, VK2LAW.
We are VK1 WIA. Now, operational news with VK4 FUQ. Felix.
Hello there. Now, contest-wise 2024. 10-metre AWL contest on now. This weekend, the AWL 10-metre contest begins Saturday, December 14, 0000 hours UTC, and concludes Sunday, December 15 at 23:59 hours UTC. Stations may contact any other station, regardless of location, using CW and phone. All stations send a signal report. Stations located in the US and Canada, including Alaska and Hawaii, send their state or province. Mexican stations also send their state. DX stations send a serial number. In December each year, the Radio Amateurs of Canada, RAC, sponsors the Canada Winter Contest. Amateurs all over the world are invited to participate December 28. If you are entering, check out the current rules on the RAC PDF, which is available here on Australia's National News Service Text Edition. Yoda Contest. Youth on the Air Test through from 10 hours to 21:59 hours CDC on 29 December on the 5 classic bands CW and SSB. Now contest-wise 2025. Just in case you tuned in late for the National News Service today, Alan, VK4SN, on behalf of the WA Contest Committee, told us about the way forward as far as logging in the upcoming and in fact all future VHF-UHF field days go. And the date for the first field day for 2025?
The 2025 summer event will proceed as planned according to the algorithm that has been used for some years now, over Saturday 18 January and Sunday 19 January, as posted on the VHF-UHF Field Days website page. This is Roger Harrison, VK2ZRH, manager of the VHF-UHF Field Days. The rules will be posted to the website shortly, but they remain the same as has applied previously. As some contesters have noted, there's been some chatter about adapting the N1MM logging application to suit the VHF-UHF field days. Logs from N1MM may offer advantages in automated log checking, but there remains some way to go before that can be reliably achieved. And while working on adapting N1MM for the VHF-UHF field day events has been proceeding with some promising success, I am not going to change the rules about submitting logs without advance notice to one and all. I must commend and congratulate all those well-motivated souls who've been beavering away in the background to overcome the hiatus occasioned by the untimely passing of Mike Suboc, VK3AVV, developer of the popular VKCL contest logger and his log checker. So, for the 2025 summer event, proceed as usual. Go out and have some fun in the sun and submit your log as you have done in the past.
Now we'll look through the DX window to the world. The special event call sign PH24XMAS is on air to celebrate Christmas and the New Year until the 28th of December. The call sign PH25HNY will follow from the 28th of December through to the 5th of January. Arctic. Oleg RD1A is on board the Severinopolis North Pole and will be active when time permits as RI-42SP as the ship travels through various parts of the Arctic. The vessel departed Murmansk back on September 15 with a team of scientists aboard and is heading towards the Novorossiysk Islands. This is where the drifting polar station will begin its work as part of the North Pole 42 expedition. For many months, polar explorers will conduct research in the high latitudes of the Arctic Ocean, encompassing over 50 scientific programs. Ham station RD-1A is primarily on CW and FT8 for approximately 1 year. QSL RD-1A via Club Logs OQRS. Celebrating the Christmas holiday season, the OH9A team is once again active as OG1 XMAS on all bands and modes until 24 December. QSL OG1 XMAS via LOGW, Club Logs OQRS, or direct to OH1 NOA. Chris has been active again as YJ0CA from Port Vila, OC035 Vanuatu, but goes QRT today, December 16. He will be an entry in the AWL 10 metre contest. He has been heard operating SSB on 40 to 10 metres, typically between 2100 hours UTC and 1000 hours UTC. QSL only direct to his home call, which is VK2YUS. He does not use LOGW or Club Log. I'm taking a break next week as the ladies from Alara step up to the mic to bring you the latest operational news, right here on the WIA National News Service. And as I won't have another chance to do so, season's greetings to all, and a Merry Christmas. For VK1 WIA National News, I'm Felix, VK4FUQ Inningham.
From here, there and everywhere, you've tuned to the Wireless Institute of Australia's National News Service. We are VK1 WIA. Now, special interest group news with Bruce, VK3FFF.
And a very good day to you. Worldwide special interest group news, adventure groups. Today, HEMA and SOTA. New to SOTA? SOTA, Summits on the Air, has been carefully designed to make participation possible for all radio amateurs and shortwave listeners. This is not just for mountaineers. There are awards for activators, those who ascend to the summits, and chasers who either operate from home, a local hilltop, or even activators on other summits. The website is sota.org.uk. It's a good place to start. Just look for the Joining In section for lots of information, advice, rules, guidelines, and their FAQs. SOTA is fully operational in nearly 100 countries across the world. Each country has its own association, which defines the recognised SOTA summits within that association. All Australian call areas, apart from maybe VKO, Antarctic, have approved summit lists registered with SOTA UK. Here, in Australia, you should check out the SOTA Australia Facebook group. Each summit earns the activators and chasers a score which is related to the height of the summit. Certificates are available for various scores, leading to the prestigious Mountain Goat and Shack Sloth trophies. Don't feel up to the heights of SOTA? Why not look at HEMA? HEMA stands for Humps Excluding Maryland's Award. To the uninitiated, that might look like gobbledygook. A hump is a summit that has 100-metre prominence, meaning that it sticks up above the surrounding land by at least 100 metres. A Maryland is a summit with 150 metres prominence. HEMA, then, is an award for humps with a prominence of less than 150 metres. Marylands have their own award scheme through SOTA. The HEMA scheme currently operates in much of the world, including right here in VK. Something for Everyone is available as an adventure group. Lots of URLs for Aussie groups are in this week's text edition of the National News Service. Worldwide Special Interest Groups, CW Heritage Mode, and a lot of pure CW contests operate all year round, giving plenty of practice to both old-timers who cut their teeth on the key or newbies to the mode. Not by any means the complete schedule, but here are a few CW contests set for the first 4 or 5 weeks of the new year, 2025. January 1st, ARRL Straight Key Night, or SKN. Many hams look forward to SKN as one of the highlights of their operating year. Operators participate using Morse code CW. All you need is your favourite straight key or bug. Many participants dust off vintage radios and keys and put them back into service each year, just for this event. The Marconi Club QSO Party Day is on January the 4th, North American QSO Party CW on January 12th, Dark 10-metre contest on January 12th, Hungarian DX contest January 18th to 19th, CQ 160-metre contest CW January 24th to 26th, North American Sprint CW February 2nd, Asia Pacific Spring Sprint CW on February 8th, so plenty of dits and dars are available just for the fun of it. Worldwide special interest groups, Final Frontier. Iran launches advanced module to deploy satellites to higher altitudes. Reuters have reported Iran sent into space its heaviest ever payload using the Samorg carrier rocket, including an advanced module for transferring satellites to higher altitude orbits. The transfer module, along with a CubeSat and a research payload, were successfully placed in an elliptical orbit with a high point of 410 kilometres and a low point of 300 kilometres. The launch comes as the United States and European countries claim Iran is transferring ballistic missiles to Russia that would likely be used in its war with Ukraine within weeks. Iran has denied this. The Samorg, a two-stage liquid-fueled satellite launch vehicle, is built by Iran's Defense Ministry and Armed Forces Logistics. Worldwide special interest groups, IOTA, AS079. Listen for TAR K, JI3DST, calling QRZ as JS6RRR from Macayo Island. IOTA number AS079 through to the 31st of March 2025. TARK will be using a variety of call signs throughout the stay, including JJ5RBH/6, JR8YLY/6, JS6RRR/6, and JS6RRR/P on FT8. Visit the JS6RRR page on QRZ.com for QSL details. And OC053. On Wake Island, IOTA number OC053, Allen, KH7AL, is operating as KH7AL/KH9 holiday style. Listen for him on SSB and some CW on 40, 30, 20, 17, 15 and 10 metres. Again, see QRZ.com for QSL details. Worldwide special interest groups, Radio Amateur Young Timers. Yota, here's Alec.
Thank you, Bruce. Amateur Radio New South Wales has brought back their bi-monthly barbecue for members meetups at Dural since it was stopped because of COVID. Attendees were delighted with the feast of sizzling snags and caramelised onions. You may ask, what does this barbecue have to do with Yoda? Any profit the barbecue makes will be going to fostering youth participation in amateur radio. To run the barbecue and promote the cause, a number of ARNSW Yoda crew were there to help with the barbecue. It was supervised by Matt VK2YAP, president of ARNSW. Brad VK2NMZ was cooking while Emmanuel VK2EMM did a great job serving. Eric VK2V was overseeing the money collection with Alan VK2COD in charge of the sales. During the barbecue, VK2COD stood for cash on delivery, although Alan did accept some FPOS sales. And on the day, we welcomed Oliver VK2 Oscar Lima Charlie, our newest ARNSW youth member. Oliver was presented with brand new 2 and 70cm handheld radios to celebrate his achievement of recently passing the foundation course and to help get him on the air. Turning to the RSGB has congratulated everyone who has been operating GB24 Yoda so far this month. There was some brilliant activity on the air, including Wick High School Radio Club, who had 12 student operators involved. The Bromsgrove and District Amateur Radio Club will operate as GB24 Yoda from 6 p.m. on Friday the 13th of December. The RSGB's national radio station, GB3RS, will once again be on the air as it hosts the GB24 Yoda call-sign over the weekend of 14th to the 15th of December. For VK1WIA National News, I'm Alec, VK2MV in Sydney. Now back to you, Bruce.
Thanks, Alec. And further to your item, many societies have YOTA calls operating, not VK. Active call signs heard include 4X1 YOTA, Israel, LT4 YOTA, Argentina, 8N2 YOTA, Japan, OM9 YOTA, Slovakia, 9A0 YOTA, Croatia, and OQ24 YOTA, Belgium. Our text edition lists many, many more, so have a read. Worldwide Special Interest Groups, Radio Scouting, VI 2025, AJ. Australian Scout Jamboree 2025. From the 5th to the 16th of January 2025, yes, about 3 weeks away, Scouts will be operating an on-site radio base from Maryborough, Queensland. 2 HF stations on SSB and FT8 on multiple HF bands. Scouts have asked the Maryborough Radio Club for assistance and use of the local repeaters with various links. Chris, VK2CGH/VI 2025 AJ, has started a QRZ page and will be updating it closer to the event. Worldwide Special Interest Groups, Rescue Radio. Tas Maritime Radio, TMR, is looking for an amateur to help them out on the west coast of VK7, specifically in Queenstown or Strawn. TMR are looking for a volunteer to monitor their links between Mount Read and Elliott Range, and a radio and antenna will be supplied for the monitoring along with training. More information about TMR can be found on their website at tasmaritime.au/. So if you are in Queenstown or Strawn and you are interested, or you know someone who has technical ability and might be interested, then please contact WIA Past President Justin on email. Worldwide Special Interest Groups, SWLing. The weekly shortwave broadcast from the Deutsche Amateur Radio Club, or DARC as it is also known, will be aired from Wolverton in England for the first time from January 2025. The broadcast will be made from an existing BBC broadcasting complex that is operated by the subsidiary company Encompass Media, where there is a total of 10 transmitters and about as many antennas. The station in Austria that is currently used by the club is ceasing its shortwave operations at the end of December this year. Thanks to successful negotiations, the first program will be broadcast from Wolverton on Sunday the 5th of January 2025 on the previously used frequency of 9670 kHz. Worldwide Special Interest Groups, Video. AMSAT Oscar 7 featured in YouTube video. AMSAT Oscar 7 celebrated its 50th birthday on November 15th. The YouTube channel Retro Rockets has released an in-depth documentary entitled AMSAT Oscar 7, The Little Satellite That Could. This 30-minute documentary covers the satellite's development, launch and circumstances surrounding its rebirth. Retro Rockets is a YouTube channel focused on covering early and forgotten spacecraft. I'm Bruce, VK3FFF from sunny Bendigo.
This is VK1WIA. All points of contacts from today's news stories are to be found in print when you read the web editions, www.wia.org.au.
As we tie the ribbons on another edition of the National News Service, let's have a look at some dates for 2025. And well done these clubs for getting in early. Well, about a month early for Reist, VK7, it's the Reist Car Boot Sale, happening 11 a.m. January 19. In VK6, Pargfest Peel Amateur Radio Group, pop along there, February 15 at 9 a.m, Mandurah Bowling Club, 89 Allnut Street. For the whole of VK, it's the Australian Ladies Amateur Radio Association's 50th anniversary, Glen Waverley, July 26, and the Gold Coast Amateur Radio Society, the 2025 Hamfest, November 9, Country Paradise Parklands, 231 Beaudesert, Nerang Road. Now, till next we meet, and Actually, that'll be about a fortnight because next week the ladies from Alara will be along to present the WIA National News Service. I'm Graham, VK4BB. Walk softly.
From Australia, this has been the Wireless Institute of Australia with the weekly news service. This broadcast is in text, audio and video and is accessed on wia.org.au.
Courtesy of Bevan, VK5BD's ATV and YouTube channel, this has been WIA National News. We're back now, live and local, and your voice, your callbacks. And don't forget, tick like.